The Brewers came into tonight's game looking for their first 4-game winning streak since late July. And they always beat the Pirates at home, so it should be a given, right? The swashbuckling visitors jump out to an early 1-0 lead, but in the fourth, Colton Wong takes an eraser to that mistake, belts one into the bullpen, and the Crew go on top. Pirates would eventually tie it at 2, and you just can't do this. 8th inning, Brad Boxberger walks in the go-ahead run. Come on, man. But this is the Brewers we're talking about. Do they have some late-game magic again? No. Double play ends the game, and they will always remember this as the day that they almost beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. Crew lose 4-2. It's not personal. It's strictly business. It is not only an iconic line from The Godfather, but also the mantra of the final day of cuts in the NFL, as inevitably the dreams of some athletes are crushed as the teams must trim their rosters to 53. And every year there are always a few surprises. For the Pack, Juwan Winfrey, Tyler Goodson, and Patrick Taylor all getting let go after solid preseasons is a bit shocking, as is the release of Jack Heflin and Chris Slayton on the D-line, as well as the promising giant 6'9" offensive tackle Caleb Jones being waived. It's also worth noting that the release of kicker Ramiz Ahmed today means that in all likelihood, Mason Crosby is on track to return for Week 1. So with the initial 53-man roster now set, a lot of you are probably curious what the Pack looks like, especially on offense at the skill positions. Well, they'll carry 7 receivers: Lazard, Cobb, Watkins, Amari Rogers, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, and sneaking in, Samori Toure. They will also have 4 tight ends: Tunyon, Lewis, DeGuara, and Davis. And if you noticed a lot of RBs getting cut, you're not wrong. The Pack are rolling with just the AJs. But remember, Kylan Hill is on the PUP list and should return to give them 3. And to the dismay of old school football fans, the Pack do not roster a true fullback this year. But since the last great fullback retired, Mike Alstott, that's to be expected, especially in this day and age. However, the Badgers are out here in the college ranks trying to make fullbacks great again. And their latest prospect is Jackson Acker. Acker appeared in 2 games as a running back last season, but is converting over to the dirty working back this year, a transition that's been pretty smooth.
We're excited about Jackson, and I think that you see a guy that we think is a good football player and a guy that can help us. And I've loved and appreciated the way that he's taken those lessons that I learned on the field. And if it's something good, you see him being able to repeat it. And if it's something that he was off on, you see him kind of working at improving it.
Unfortunately, the Badgers won't be on our air this Saturday, but might I interest you in the reigning national champs, number 3 Georgia facing number 11 Oregon, with the top 5 showdown between number 2 Ohio State and number 5 Notre Dame for dessert? I thought you might be intrigued. Catch both of those games here on WAOW this Saturday, starting at 2:30. All right, let's get your blood pumping before the break with some high-octane East Amherst highlights. Lady Lumberjacks down the set, but start the second strong. Tristan Young, but not reckless, takes what the defense gives her as East jumps out to a decent lead. However, Amara Duan beat Duan everything for the Falcons. First, the tap for the point, then a side of stuffing as Amherst's rally is enough to take the lead for a moment, because once they were done eating the Lady Jacks and Savannah Spees, putting them to bed, East takes the set 25-18 and goes on to take the match 3-2. We'll be back after this.